Welcome to the Lowdown with Liz Glass at Jones Hollow Realty Group. We're located in Long Island, New York. And today I have David Schiedler here from Oregon. David, tell us about yourself. Tell us about you. Tell us about your market.
So I'm born and raised in Oregon, third generation. I still live on my third generation farm, hopefully fourth and fifth generation coming up. My grandfather started it as a dairy farm, and then my parents took it over as a dairy farm, and then I bought it as a dairy farm, actually, and then decided that was too much work for very little profit. So I got into nursery. We grew nursery stock, and we still do. And then I got into real estate when the kids said, okay, Dad, we don't need you on the farm anymore. So that's kind of my short story. I'm one of 8 kids. I have 14 grandkids. So big families, big gatherings is pretty common. Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah. And the real estate world, I got in with my best friend. He's been bugging me for 25 years. And I got in 8 years ago and I love it. I just love it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So where is your market exactly in Oregon?
I'm obviously licensed in all of Oregon. And my main is the Willamette Valley from Portland to Eugene. I do sell some stuff in Eastern Oregon, some ranches, also some coastal properties. And that's my main market here. I'm also licensed in Tennessee and Alabama and soon Florida, mainly because of 1031s. I started seeing a lot of movement here a number of years ago, what I call blue to red states. A lot of my investor people are like, because of tenant laws and all those various things, tax reasons, are moving to Tennessee, and that's what got me started moving east. And that's how I met you. That's how I met you in Florida. Yeah,
Florida, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tell me, what's your favorite thing about being a realtor?
My favorite thing is, obviously, I'm a people person, as you well know. That's how I met you, just chatting at a bar one night outside a dive bar. But I'm a talker. I love to talk to people, and I love to help people. Obviously, people always say I love first-time home buyers, and I do. I love first-time home buyers. But then when there's challenging sales on certain properties, those are always great because you got to work that much harder. The easy ones, especially in the last few years, you put a home in the market, you got 10 offers, 20 offers. We kind of get lazy. And I think we got lazy here in the last couple of years. And I talk about myself personally. I'm not talking about other people, but I got lazy. You put it on the market, it's sold, and you kind of sometimes you miss the people, and I'm working on getting back at that because it's so important, to really look at them as, hey, I'm a seller. I also got to buy, or I'm a buyer, first time home buyer, all those things. And I just love to work with people. I love to work with people.
Well, you are an amazing people person.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. So what is the best kept secret in your area in Oregon? What's the best kept secret that you would say you should come to Oregon because of?
Well, the best kept secret of Oregon is its small town vibe. I live in a small town, Silverton, Oregon. Mount Angel is right next to us. It has an Oktoberfest every year that draws 400,000 people in 4 days.
Wow.
So it's not only a beer drinking festival, there's a lot of good food. So that small town vibe, if you live in Oregon, in the Willamette Valley where I live, I'm 2 hours from the coast. I'm 2 hours from the desert. I'm an hour and a half from the mountains. I'm an hour from Portland, a very large city. And then I live in a small town. So there's such a variety of things that you can see in Oregon, between deserts and mountains and coast, and of course, the Willamette Valley. Yeah.
It offers everything. Sounds awesome. It's on my bucket list. Haven't been there yet, but I'm going to. Very. All right. So if somebody was moving to Oregon, what would be the best piece of advice you could give them?
I would say come here not only during the summer, which are amazing, also during the winters. People say, oh, it rains all the time in Oregon. I've heard that a million times. It doesn't. It really doesn't. It rains quite a bit, but it doesn't. We have some beautiful, beautiful times at the coast during the Februarys and Novembers. Come in variety of seasons. It depends on what you want. If you love to ski, obviously come in ski season. Some of the best skiing in the world is Mount Hood, an hour from here. If you love the coast, Oregon coast, as you've already noted, is on your bucket list.
Absolutely.
Is amazing. It is amazing. I've been to Florida coast. I've been to Long Island. I've been to other areas, but Oregon coast is pretty cool. And
It is.
then we get a lot of bad press because of Portland and a lot of stuff. We don't need to talk about that, but Portland's still a beautiful town, gorgeous town. There's lots of good stuff happening there. And I just say, come and visit and call me first, and I will tell you, and I will tour you around, and you can come to my farm actually, and come and just it's an open invitation. It's an open invitation. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome. And I can vouch that David will be an amazing tour guide. He's out now. If you follow him on Facebook, we'll share his info later. You can see all the beautiful pictures he posts. So, all right, let's see. What else? What are the biggest opportunities you're seeing right now in your market?
The market's changing, obviously, as we all well know. We're moving more to a buyer's market, but the opportunities I think that we have here in Oregon is still tourism. I think Airbnbs, I think there's still great opportunities here because of tourism. If you want to, as an investor, to invest in a short-term rental, an STR, long-term rentals too. There's a huge shortage of long-term rentals. The market has made it harder for a first-time home buyer to get a house now. So the opportunities as a landlord are here. The tenant laws are getting much better in Oregon. So I think there's some great opportunities there. Plus, as we well know, the market's softening some. So we're seeing some good buys out there, some really good buys out there. Yeah, yeah.
Great.
It's always like, as one famous investor said, I won't mention names, but he said, I make money when the market goes up. I make money when the market goes down.
Absolutely.
And as realtors, our job is to facilitate that.
Absolutely. And, I'm glad you brought that up because there's so many people that are so fearful right now because interest rates are going up and prices are changing. There's nothing to be afraid of. The markets are going to continue to go up and down for the rest of our lives. So the best time to buy a home is when you can afford it and you find one you love.
Well, and I think working with people, as you and I do really well, is working with them long term. I have my list of premier lenders. I carry their cards with me everywhere because how many times do you say, "Oh, I'll get back to you on that"? Well, no, here's the card. Here's the lender. Get their name, get their information, and have the lender call them right away. And then what my lenders do and do a very good job as, if you're not ready to buy right now, how can we help you get ready to buy?
Right.
And that's a client. We took a customer, turn them into a client. And so many times they say, "Oh, I got this or that in my credit." Well, hey, here's my lender, and find a lender that does that well. If they don't do that well, and help and educate them on how to get their credit score up or all those things, I wouldn't use them. I literally wouldn't use them because that's so important. Because whether you're getting divorced or you're widowed or you're a first-time home buyer, all those things affect you. Your credit is affected by that. So you have to say, "How can I help you? How can I help you?"
Right. How can I help you get ready to purchase your home and get you in the best position?
Exactly. Or even a vacation home. If you want to buy a vacation home, how do I get that vacation home with my current income? It might be, hey, you need to do this, this, or this. Maybe a HELOC. Maybe some different things that you can do to create some money to buy that vacation home. Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great advice. So let me ask you this: what are like the jobs that draw people to Oregon? What are like the primary, like say if somebody was living in New York, they want to move to Oregon, here they are in manufacturing or some kind of industrial position. What are, jobs that seem to be growing in your area?
Well, the growing tourism has always been huge. We are big ag related. So there's so many things now in ag that were not there before, between marketing, niche marketing. People want to know where their food comes from. I'm a farmer, fifth generation farmer. People want to know what they eat. So there's so many opportunities there. I have so many people that started honey business in their backyard. Now they've got a great honey business. I mean, there's so many opportunities. They call it agritourism. So you can start a little farm and have people come out and see your goats and all those things.
Right.
The other thing is the opportunities now to work from home from areas that weren't there pre-COVID. Now companies are saying, I don't care where you live, I just need you. And then I've had a number of people, and you have too, is that said, well, I don't want to go back to a regular office 9 to 5. And they'll say, well, then you can't work here. Well, then there's so many other companies say, well, no, I'll give you a $20,000 raise. I talked to a lady the other day, she got a $30,000 raise by she went to another company and they said, the current company she works with said, no, we need you. And they gave her a raise. And
Wow.
she wanted to work from home. My daughter-in-laws are working from home, working for the state of Oregon, and they want to be there when the kids come home from school. And I don't judge people that love that 9 to 5. That's great. But we have so many more opportunities now to work in a different work environment. And I could tell you hundreds of people I know that have moved to areas they want to live in, but still have their current job.
Yeah.
You know, and it really gives us as realtors, gives us great opportunities, so much more opportunity. I always look at, lemonade out of lemons. COVID, horrible disease, horrible. We've all lost loved ones. I've lost a 66-year-old best friend a couple months ago. I told you about it, Liz. But how can we get in the real estate world, how can we get, lemonade out of lemons? And that's what I see, and opportunities.
Absolutely. And that's always, no matter what goes on in life, you have a choice. You
Yep.
sink or swim. You always have to find, there's always a silver lining. There's always opportunity.
Yep, exactly. Sure.
All right. Tell us anything else you want to tell us about yourself. And then we're going to share your information, your contact information. Anybody out there looking to learn more about Oregon, please contact David. He's amazing.
Yeah, anytime that anyone wants to call my number if you want advice about, hey, I'm thinking about doing this, even if it's in another state, or even if it's I'm thinking about Oregon. Call me. I'll give you really good ideas on how to get that first house or your vacation home or whatever it is. I'm always here, and I'm a people person, as you well know, Liz. That's how we met. I'm so glad I came to Florida and got a new best friend. So great opportunity.
Very blessed. God put us in each other's path for a reason.
He surely did. Yeah. So call me anytime.
Share your phone number, your email, your Instagram, Facebook.
So
we'll post it along the bottom so that everybody can see and they can get in touch with you.
Phone number is 503-991-1242. And my email is sdavidrgi@gmail.com. I love phone calls first because I think we live in kind of an impersonal world now. And I love social media, don't get me wrong, but call me first. And then we'll share all that information. But I want to talk to you first, and then we can go from there. And email me also.
Awesome. David, thank you so much for joining me today. Love you. Can't wait to see you again. And we'll chat soon.
Love you too, Liz. Have a great day.
Have a good day, David. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.